Hello everyone, this is Lunacy05 and I'm back again to do another nostalgic review, and today we're doing the Mattel's 1984 Marvel Secret Wars toys. Now this line here was created because Mattel was afraid of Kenneth's release on DC toys based on their superheroes and whatnot. So Mattel came up with the Secret Wars storyline and passed it to Marvel. Marvel ran with it, and Mattel released these toys. Now I think they released 2 series. I have majority of them. It's not presented here because a lot of them were missing parts and were damaged. I have Captain America, which is missing. I have Iron Man, which is missing 1 leg. I have Spider-Man, which is also lost. For the villains, I have Baron Helmut Zemo, which I chopped off his wrist and hand. I'm really sad about it. I have another Dr. Octopus, which I damaged, pulled out all its tentacles, so I got another one. And I have Dr. Doom. Now there were also a few more figures that I didn't get. Falcon. I never seen Falcon being released in Malaysia, or so I think. There's a black costume Spider-Man, which I never seen as well. And there's Wolverine, which I didn't really like Wolverine when I was a kid. I think there should be a few more, but they didn't get released. Anyways, let's check out the figures. Each of the figures, the articulation is very simple. Hobgoblin's, however, is unique. His hood is constricting its movement of its neck, but the rest of the figures can turn 360 degrees with no problem. Hobgoblin here is missing the cape and its bat glider. Krang here is missing 1 laser rifle or pistol, and as I mentioned before, Doc Ock here is missing 1 tentacle. Articulation is simple, 360 degrees turn for the arms. Legs can move up and down. There is no joints for the elbow, no articulation on the wrist, no torso articulation, there's no knee articulation, and there's no ankle articulation. This is all there's nothing much to talk about this kind of figures. They are, the face sculpt is very nice. Each of them has a really nice face sculpt, but majority of their bodies are the torso, the bodies itself, they kept on reissued. They kept on reusing the same bodies. Except for Doc Ock, yeah, they added the holes on its ribs so they can fit in the tentacles. And each of this figure came with these shields. The bad guys would have, the supervillains would have square shields, and the heroes would have round shields. And each of the shields came with this image. There's 2 images, back and from the back and the front. And if you place it inside the shield, you get this animated cartoon going on. You can see clearly, if you can. Doc Ock here is lifting a boat with using his tentacles. And then Iron Man came swooping down and lifting the boat and fly away. Other stuff would have Doc Ock running on the rooftop, using its tentacles to avoid a speeding car. If you can see, some of the images were damaged. There's also Dr. Doom trying to use his hand blaster to destroy a building, if you can see it. And yes, and that's all the figures on the figures. If I want to give a rating about the figures, I would say maybe about 4 out of 10. The head sculpts are very nice, but the bodies are not that interesting. There's no gimmick. There's not a lot of accessories except for the shields. The shields are a nice touch, but there are no accessories. And the shields, yes, you can see it at the back here. Oh, produced by Mattel Incorporated 1983 in Hong Kong. Now there's this sort of like a, how do you call this? Well, the figures can actually fit their hands into it, so they are actually holding a shield. And that's about it. In part 2 of the review, we're going to look at the Tower of Doom. So stay tuned. This is Lunacy05 signing off.